Wheel World. Wheel World. I hate saying it. I hate saying Wheel World because it makes you sound like you've got that Jonathan Ross R thing where the R's come out as W's. Wheel World. Do you think they did that on purpose? Wheel World. Welcome to the Wheel World, Neo. Hate it. It's goofy, and that makes sense because this game is goofy. It's silly. In that affected way that so much content like this is these days. Oh look, it's cartoony and cute and silly. Isn't it charming? Well, not really. Look, let's not kid ourselves. This is one of the more addictive games to hit the platforms this year. No question about that. The game loop isn't in any way groundbreaking or original, but it is tried and tested. Start with a bike that's a rusty sack of shit, wander around the open world collecting stuff, completing challenges, competing in races, and talking to oh so goofy and silly and cute characters. Gain rep, another word I have old man problems with, to compete in more races, etc. We've been over this a few times. It's not dissimilar to why Gran Turismo gets its hooks in you. The problem here is it has absolutely no character or charm of its own of any kind. Your first instinct is Californian hands made this, and of course you're absolutely bang on because it's that deliberately low detail, slightly exaggerated art style that makes everything look a bit like a cartoon, but one made by an alien who just heard about what a cartoon was. And it's become so consistently and relentlessly applied to content coming from Southern California that it's become tiresome. No offense to my Californian viewers out there, I'm sure you're all lovely, most people are, but speaking for the rest of the world, we're a bit tired of this now. Do you have anything else?
No.
Because it looks like a million things you've seen before, you're hoping for something in the writing or story or dialogue to stand out and make it memorable. But you're shit out of luck there too. Characters say random silly things and they nod at how silly they are. You see, because they're in on the joke too. Do you see? Do you see how clever they are? For 2007. The predictably androgynous and generic protagonist character model is named Kat, and she doesn't speak, so she has a floating head demon that makes numerous references to a daft spiritual reason we're riding around on a bike. It's not worth paying attention to, and it isn't why you're here. You're here for the mechanics. And they're quite good. Okay, fine, they're really good. Riding around this open world is incredibly satisfying, and that's a bit of a surprise given the lack of detail or interactivity in it. It's what they might call a chill vibe.
How do you do, fellow kids?
There's depth in the upgrade system too. You don't just chuck on every new part you find. Some make it easier to climb hills, some make you better in someone's slipstream, some improve handling so you can turn better in those tricky sections. And there's usually a trade-off to consider. All that is great, and I've always been a sucker for spending hours exploring a map to find random upgrades. There's also a very strong sense of progression as you move up through the different levels of race, challenging each area leader once you're confident in your bike, and it means that you barely ever think about anything other than what's coming next. You start obsessively combing the landscape for new parts, or side collectibles like discovering new jumps or scaring crows, all of which can bag you more credits, more parts, and more progression. Like I say, it's really very addictive. Unfortunately, you do get the creeping sensation that you're being, I don't know, brainwashed is the wrong word, and if I unironically use the term gaslit in 2025, I'd have to punish myself somehow. But maybe coerced?
I feel like someone is trying to teach me something.
The overused art style doesn't help here, but there are a ton of random characters you come across that provide no gameplay perk, challenge, or wrinkle of any kind, but who are there solely to ramble about some insanely technical aspect of real-world cycling. They're full of shit about gear ratios and using wax and different tyre treads, and you get the feeling you're watching some kind of public information film about the fact that cycling is somehow cool, when you and I both know it is very, very not.
The Larrig Flyer. That's what the locals have christened Jim's old bone shaker. It didn't exactly come with a guarantee that it would climb mountains when he bought it off a mate for 6 bob just after the war.
Once you can't be certain that this game hasn't had some kind of government funding, it becomes even less charming than it was before. And certainly, as I sit here now, reflecting that last year we had the beautifully poignant and meaningful A Short Hike to contemplate, as well as the clumsy but gorgeous and ambitious Jusant, this feels like a real step backwards in the indie game space. But that's just me. Maybe you absolutely love those public information films from the 70s and 80s.
Just look at them. They must be crackers. A double-decker bus could be right on top of them and they'd never even see it. Hey! You must be out of your tiny minds.
In doing my research for this, oh yes, I bet you didn't realise I actually did prep for this, did you? I discovered that the game was originally conceived to be a rather darker story about a cyclist's adventure through Valhalla after being killed in a traffic accident. Now that might have had value beyond just idly passing a few hours. But sadly it seems that all those pointy edges just got sanded off as these things travel through committee after committee. So go ahead and play it, it's pretty good, but it won't stick with you.